Hi, everyone. Welcome. Great to see you all out there. Feel those good vibes. I can already feel the good vibes. Just as soon as I sent that message, I could feel all of you. And I think also we're getting to know each other a little bit now, right? So we're starting to tune into those vibes, to those frequencies. So if you haven't yet said hello in the chat, you can do so in the chat or in the comments. Whatever works for you. How's everyone doing today? Did anyone do Heather, how was Carrie's class? I saw the first. Aw, thanks, Carrie. I wanted to wear something light because we're illuminating the shadows today. Good. I'm happy you enjoyed it, Heather. Yeah, Carrie is a vivacious spirit. Yes, yes. So yes, wonderful to be together here today in this awesome space. And aren't we fortunate to have this platform to get together? Let's have a little gratitude for the ability to meet online, especially when we're all in different places in the planet. How awesome is that we can still be together even on an energetic level? It's just fantastic. It's so wonderful. And it's also wonderful. I was really feeling gratitude today with Carrie, who taught her class, first class today for the Vidya family, from Alberta. And so it's fantastic that we're able to do that. I mean, how lucky are we that we can be anywhere in the world and still be connected? So amazing. Imagine someone telling you that in the 80s, right? That you would be able to connect with anyone in the world live. Anyway, I'll stop gushing about that, but I am very excited about that today. So our topic today is illuminating the shadows of the unconscious mind. So that just came to my mind, and the idea of there's a bit of a trend right now, if you want to call it that, towards shadow work. And I'm not a big fan of trendy things, but the idea behind it I liked. So illuminating the shadows is part of the work that we do when we go into deeper states of meditation. So getting into a meditation where we're only here for 10 minutes, you may not have the same experience as when you go in for an hour or 2 hours, or if you go into, say, a 5-day or a 10-day silent meditation retreat, you really start to see those shadows, or I suppose you start to shine the light on those shadows. And the path to enlightenment is really an ever evolving experience, right? It's consistent awareness and understanding the fact that change arises from moment to moment, which we've talked about. Those of you who have been watching the videos, it's almost like this has been an evolution of ideas, where we're starting to understand the deeper concepts behind getting to know ourselves on a much deeper level, where we can begin to heal ourselves and we can begin to heal our minds and uncover the natural innate joy that we know is there. So when we start to pay closer attention to these moments, in our still moments, in our still times, with consistent observation, we're able to deepen our ability to cognitively understand. So understand on a visceral level. I often use that term because it's a way of understanding something where you feel it in your body. And when you feel something in your body, you can't mistake it. There's a difference between experiential wisdom and the wisdom that we can get from a book or handed down from a friend or an elder or someone who has been there before. So there's a very different vibration that arises when we feel it ourselves. You really start to understand, right? It's a different concept altogether. So when we are aware of this stillness within the midst of it all, there's a sense of freedom that we have. With practice and growing, this period of acute awareness and a far deeper level of understanding that we could never achieve through our intellect alone. If you meditate long enough, you're bound to discover many things about yourself, some of which may not be pleasant. This could be called the shadow self. So that's the idea behind the shadow work that I was referring to earlier. Our personality, together with our conscious thoughts, emotions, decisions, and interaction with our world, all happen at the level of our conscious mind. So we're very conscious of what's happening there. However, that is just the tip of the iceberg of our conscious awareness. According to the teachings of many of the Eastern philosophies, beneath this conscious layer of mind, there are subconscious mind and unconscious mind. So it's going down a little bit deeper and deeper. What we hold within our subconscious or unconscious mind makes up the bulk of our personality. Now, isn't that something? So our personality and our reactivity or what triggers us or what we celebrate in our daily life is all motivated by our unconscious and our subconscious mind. They have such an intensely profound experience and influence in our life, and yet what we know very little about them, right? So when we go into these states of meditation, we are able to traverse those somewhat dark areas that are not always that enjoyable. Sometimes they are, but for the most part, it's kind of like going into the muck and the yuck to clear it out. When you go into your garden in the summertime, or for those in different parts of the world, maybe all the time, when you go into your garden and you pull the weeds, it's the same sort of idea. It's not so much an enjoyable experience most of the time, but you know that if you don't do that, your plants are going to be choked out, right? They're not going to grow. They're not going to thrive. You're not going to get the best quality vegetables and that sort of thing. So when you start to weed your mind, it's the same sort of idea. Talk about the distractions that we have, right? So these distractions that come into our life keep us from going into those areas. And it's too easy right now. It's too easy to hop onto your computer, to hop onto the TV, to read, to get distracted by whatever you have around you, your animals, your family. And we allow those distractions to take us away. Each one of us carries a shadow. So this is a nice quote I wanted to share with you. Every one of us carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and the denser it is. So the less we go into those areas, the stronger they become. So you can keep saying, oh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to explore that idea. I don't want to. But then it begins to grow and fester, and it can take over our life in negative ways and force us into directions such as addictions and things like that, that help us to continue to put layers and layers and layers on top of protection. And we just bury ourselves in these distractions and addictions. It can be kind of scary to think of what most influences our life and the fact that we are least aware of it, right? So it's an interesting idea to delve into these deeper, sort of darker areas that are not always fun and enjoyable. But what I will say is I've delved into those areas a whole lot ever since about around 2000. So a good chunk of my adult life. And what ends up happening is that you start to, as you go in there, you start to reap these rewards and you start to see the fruits of your efforts. So you go in there, you clean out those weeds, and you come out and you say, well, that was really crappy. I didn't really enjoy that. But then you start to see and feel in your body and in your family, the way you relate to the world, you start to see those fruits and you start to really understand why we do these things. So, what can we find there? Here are a few things: difficult emotions, hidden traumas, unforeseen desires, deep complexes, negative thought patterns, shame, guilt, or regret, aggressiveness or anger, unconscious fears, unresolved emotional processes. So, doesn't that sound fun, guys? See, it's not all roses and rainbows, but it becomes that way because you go through it. The truth is, all of us have these dark shadows, each of us. If you live on this planet, you have stuff you got to work through. And one of the major benefits of meditation is that it helps to calm our conscious mind. So when we do these short meditations, you feel better. It's very surface. It's a very surface way of kind of letting go of, blowing off a little steam, letting go of a little tension, feeling that connectivity with each other helps us to gain more strength so that we can carry on with all these things that we're doing and with all of what life is throwing at us right now. In these moments, we're really facing ourselves. So there's so much more I could say and so much more we can get into. But I did want to explore a little bit of our internal world with these concepts in mind. So let's just take a moment, close your eyes and settle. Take a nice full breath as you allow yourself to deeply ground into your body, ground into your seat. Allow your hips to relax. Allow your belly to relax. Feel your heart gently lifting. Take a moment just to notice how you feel on the inner body, on the inner landscape, and what is happening there. What is happening for you right now as you turn your attention away from me and away from any other distractions you may have and face you, face yourself, your inner body, your inner world, your thoughts, your emotions. And we'll take 6 soft belly breaths. As you inhale, expansion through the navel, right to the top of the breath. As you exhale, soften, let go, soften, let go, soften, let go. Trust yourself. Inhale, expansion into the navel, right to the top of the breath. Exhale, soften, let go, soften, let go. Stepping forward, showing yourself energetically, coming into our circle of connectivity. Again, inhale into the navel. Soften, let go, soften, let go. Stepping into our circle of connectivity. Again, inhaling into the navel. Full expansion. Exhale to soften. Emptying the lungs. Again, inhale into the navel, expansion to the top of the breath. Exhale to soften, let go. Soften, let go. Letting go of tension and worry and stress as you tune into your connection. One more breath. Inhaling into the navel, right to the top. Exhale to soften, stepping forward, visualizing your connection with all of us together in a circle of connectivity. When you're ready, bringing your palms together at heart center. With all we spoke about in mind, take a moment to set an intention for yourself for this practice today and beyond. Taking a deep, full breath as you hear your voice speaking that intention. Relaxing your hands in front of you, interlace your fingers with the thumbs touching. Adjusting yourself so that you're comfortable. Tuning into your spine. Starting at the tailbone. Very slowly passing your attention up the spine as though you're zipping up a zipper. Lengthening the body upwards like a flower reaching for the sun. Tuning into your body. Noticing the interior landscape. Allowing yourself to settle for a moment into that pure, conscious awareness. Begin to witness what arises, realizing that the witness person is your power. The witness perception is your power to shine a light on the shadow and to help it arise with acceptance and understanding. Simply observing whatever comes without reactivity, without judgment, without the critical eye. Begin to witness sensations, emotions, and all that arises in this space, allowing it to bubble up, allowing it to be seen and to be released. Accepting with equanimity or with balance of mind, seeing things as they really are, not as you wish for them to be, but exactly as they are. See the thought or emotion that arises within you as you feel or sense this. See it for what it is: beautiful or ugly, heavy or light, positive or negative, or anything in between. Not creating stories about it, not interpreting it, criticizing it, or judging it, not clinging to it or suppressing it, and above all, not reacting to it. Simply observing the inner experience as though you are watching a close friend, a child, a family member, someone you care for, with objectivity. Begin to breathe into that awareness as you soften into that space of pure conscious awareness. And as you soften into that space, begin to scan your body from the top of your head, slowly passing your awareness all the way down. Noticing if there are any shadow areas or perhaps blind areas. And if you notice those areas, rest your attention for a moment, shining your light of pure conscious awareness and acceptance. Noticing whatever arises or nothing, allowing it to be exactly as it is. So just taking your time, passing your attention through the body for a moment. If you find in this process your mind wanders into thought, not to worry. Just simply bring it back to where you left off and continue. Taking a deep, refreshing breath as you settle into a state of pure, loving awareness. Pure, loving awareness. Allowing your entire being to be filled with that sense of loving awareness. Beginning to slowly deepen your breath with the intention of illuminating the dark areas with this pure energy of loving awareness. Deepening the breath slowly and gently with the intention of illuminating the shadow areas with loving awareness. One more conscious breath, just like that. And bringing your palms together at heart center. Gently lifting the heart to meet the thumbs. As you take a moment here to share your good, positive, and magical vibrations with someone special in your life. Taking a moment to smile, a big smile of gratitude into your heart for this moment and for each other, for all of us who are here in this now moment. And let's bow to the divine light that shines from each one of us, connecting us as one. Namaste. Beautiful. Does anyone have anything to share about that experience? This is something that you can do if you want to hold on to this video or work with it, those ideas on your own. I highly recommend you sit with those ideas or those concepts as you go into your physical body and become aware with patience and acceptance and see what comes up. If it resonates with you, take that time. And if you were to take this practice and do it on your own every day, set aside whatever time you're willing to set aside, make it reasonable so that you can hold yourself to it. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, whatever you can do. And just practice that and see what happens. See how your life shifts. Thank you for being here and for sharing your light. Wow, I'm feeling it. That's fantastic. Beautiful. Good to hear. The acceptance. Yeah, that's for sure, Jessica. I completely hear you on that one. Yeah, meditation. Meditation is just so powerful, guys. Like, I can't tell you how it changed my life. I would not be sitting here right now. I just wouldn't be. Not that I wouldn't be here on the planet. I wouldn't be sitting here doing this video for you. So thank you again. And see you on Sunday, I hope. Sunday at 12:30. I'm not sure what our topic will be yet, but I will announce it. So have an awesome day. Keep this good vibe with you, and we'll see you next time. Lots of love.